Relay began in early 2020 as a collaborative project between two artists, Ethan Dodd and Milo Elliott. Milo comes from a sort of graffiti tradition and fine art and working in fine art, and Ethan from a drawing sculpture tradition.
It's a thing to give it over though, isn't it? I mean, what if somebody does something you didn't?
You've got to be, but that's what me and Milo said. Remember when we were collaborating last year? Milo was like, taught me a lot about not being precious when he collaborated with somebody.
They both had quite a very established sort of personal language in their work. And the idea of the project was to see how that could be stretched and extended through a conversation. Each of the artists began a piece of work and then swapped it. And this carried on through lockdown via post and produced some incredible body of work. And it was a really important thread throughout the pandemic to keep this stimulus and this conversation going. So much so that we invited two new artists in at the end of 2020 during another lockdown, Abby and Caitlin, who began a series of paintings over the course of a week. WMC got interested in the project. There was quite a bit of coverage in the newspaper about a lockdown painting project. And with WMC, the Wales Millennium Centre's opening exhibition, Your Voice, we were delighted to be asked to basically set up a situation where the work could continue.
Where are you at with this, Milo? Are you done for today? Is that? Yeah.
Let leave some space.
What's the change?
Change is like coming back to something. From one state to another. Like, kind of dictated by where we are and what we're doing and things that are affecting us. Doing the walk, understanding comes in many forms, through experience and with time. I've taken up a task, and that's to show and improve. That means to depart consciousness and help other people. Doing the walk is learning living skills, walking in your neighbourhood. I think this is the same as being an adult, adapting to new circumstances. Walk and show.
Wales Millennium Centre's opening exhibition, Your Voice, is the ideal opportunity to continue the project. In early June, we were given the loading bay where usually bits of set come in and out. So the way it worked this time in June, we had all four artists working at the same time, and that's how it was different, but in relay again. So each artist had their own canvas and it was named on the back, and they began, and each day they would make, well, the first day they made a start on their canvas. Then the second day they moved on to the next canvas. And again, third day, fourth day, until they'd worked around all the canvases. It was really exciting for me as the curator of the project to visit at the end of every day and see how the work had changed. Sometimes the transitions were quite extreme, and I'd go, oh my goodness, where was the painting from yesterday? It's gone. Or, oh, they've pushed that in a new direction. And what those conversations between the work and the artists, non-verbally really, they were merely reacting to what was in front of them, produced some really exciting results. As artists, I think it's pushed their practice into new areas, into new ways of thinking about painting and drawing and where it comes from a personal position, but also in relation to being able to let go and push the boundaries and know where limits are in terms of that exchange of image making and mark making.
The shields come back.
I like shields. Like things that are about overcoming adversity.
As a non-binary person, I have found my developing identity exists currently like a flash of light, that which when experienced blinds oneself and removes all traces of boundaries, blurring both the inside and the outside worlds into one singular entity. Like plastic in the sun, I am softly melting into new, unseen and inexperienced forms. Like the cosmos fresh from the Big Bang, unfinished and formless, expanding through infinite forms of potentiality.
The painting itself captures many moments of chaos, something that I can see in every element within brushstrokes and layers. Each layer tells a story of its own, From working on it and seeing the journey the painting has gone through, it feels quite chaotic, but in a positive way. I feel like the end result captures the state of chaos.
The title comes directly from some writing on a rubbish skip next to where the painting was made in the loading bay of the Millennium Centre. I'd been thinking a lot about change, and to be making work in a space that was constantly changing itself, where all sorts would pass in and out, was exciting, so I wanted to mark that in the work.